Welcome to a journey through the first state. Let these facts about Delaware gently guide you to sleep. Before European settlers arrived in Delaware, the Lenape Native American tribe inhabited this region for thousands of years, calling their homeland Lenapehoking, which translates to Land of the Lenape. In the year 1631, Dutch settlers established the very first European settlement in Delaware at a place called Zwanendal, located near what is now the town of Lewis on the Atlantic coast. The Zwanendal settlement was completely destroyed within just 1 year of its founding, the result of violent conflicts that erupted between the Dutch colonists and the local Native American population. Swedish settlers arrived in 1638 and established Fort Christina along the Delaware River, creating the colony of New Sweden and marking the beginning of permanent European settlement in the area. Fort Christina was built at the site of present-day Wilmington, which would eventually grow to become Delaware's largest and most important city. The Dutch returned to reclaim the entire Delaware region in 1655, effectively ending Swedish control over the territory after just 17 years of Scandinavian influence. In 1664, the English seized control of the region from the Dutch, adding Delaware to their growing collection of North American colonies during a period of intense European competition for territory. Delaware was officially granted to William Penn in 1682 and subsequently became part of the much larger Pennsylvania colony under his Quaker leadership. The 3 counties that make up Delaware were historically known as the 3 lower counties on the Delaware, distinguishing them from the rest of Pennsylvania's territory. In the year 1704, Delaware gained its own separate colonial legislature, independent from Pennsylvania, marking an important step toward eventual statehood. Delaware played a crucial and decisive role in the American Revolution, despite being one of the smallest colonies in terms of both geography and population. Caesar Rodney became a legendary figure in Delaware history when he made his famous midnight ride to Philadelphia in order to cast Delaware's deciding vote in favor of American independence. Rodney courageously rode 80 miles through a fierce thunderstorm to reach the Continental Congress in time, arriving just before the final vote on the Declaration of Independence. Delaware troops during the Revolutionary War were nicknamed Blue Hens Chickens because of their exceptional fighting ability and fierce determination in battle, much like the fighting gamecocks bred in Delaware. Delaware earned its proud nickname the First State because it was the very first state to ratify the newly written United States Constitution on December 7, 1787. In 1777, Delaware's capital was relocated from New Castle to Dover in Kent County, primarily to provide greater protection from British forces during the ongoing Revolutionary War. The state is named after Thomas West, the 3rd Baron de la Warre, who was an English nobleman and served as Virginia's first colonial governor in the early 17th century. The town of Lewis, one of Delaware's oldest and most historic communities, was bombarded by British naval forces during the War of 1812 in a dramatic coastal attack. To this day, a cannonball fired during the 1813 British bombardment of Lewis remains permanently lodged in the foundation of a historic building in the town centre. Delaware was classified as a border state during the American Civil War and chose to remain loyal to the Union, despite its geographic and cultural connections to the South. However, Delaware was a slave state until slavery was finally abolished nationwide by the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. The state of Delaware did not officially ratify the 13th Amendment abolishing slavery until 1901, several decades after the Civil War had ended. Delaware's total area measures just 1,949 square miles, making it the second smallest state in the entire nation, larger only than Rhode Island. The state is located on the Atlantic coast in the Mid-Atlantic region of the United States, bordered by Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Maryland. Delaware has only 3 counties, New Castle, Kent, and Sussex, which represents the fewest number of counties of any state in America. New Castle County is located in the northern portion of Delaware and is home to the largest population concentration, including the city of Wilmington. Kent County occupies the central portion of Delaware and includes the state capital of Dover, along with numerous agricultural communities. Sussex County is the southernmost county and also the largest by total area, known for its beaches, farmland, and resort towns. Dover, situated in Kent County, has served as Delaware's capital city since 1777, maintaining its role as the center of state government for nearly 2.5 centuries. Delaware's population is approximately 1 million people, creating an intimate state where communities remain closely connected despite modern growth. The state experiences a moderate climate characterized by hot, humid summers and mild winters, with the Atlantic Ocean helping to moderate temperature extremes. Delaware experiences all 4 seasons quite distinctly, with colorful autumn foliage, occasional winter snowfall, beautiful spring blooms, and warm summer beach weather. Delaware's highest point is a location called Ebright Azimuth, which stands at just 448 feet above sea level along the Pennsylvania border. This makes Delaware the state with the lowest high point in the entire nation, reflecting its generally flat and coastal geography. Despite its small geographic size, Delaware boasts several beautiful beaches along its Atlantic coastline, drawing millions of visitors each summer season. Delaware has over 17 miles of Atlantic Ocean coastline, and when including all the bays and inlets, the state's total coastline exceeds 381 miles. Rehoboth Beach has earned the charming nickname the nation's summer capital due to its popularity as a vacation destination for residents of Washington, D.C. Many federal government employees and politicians maintain summer homes in Rehoboth Beach, which is located just a 2-hour drive from the nation's capital. Delaware Bay serves as an important estuary located between Delaware and New Jersey, providing critical habitat for countless marine species and migratory birds. The bay functions as a crucial stopover point for migratory shorebirds traveling along the Atlantic flyway during their long-distance seasonal journeys. Each spring, horseshoe crabs spawn along Delaware's beaches in massive numbers, creating one of nature's most spectacular reproductive displays. These horseshoe crab spawning events attract millions of hungry birds who arrive to feast on the abundant horseshoe crab eggs scattered across the shoreline. Bombay Hook National Wildlife Refuge protects over 16,000 acres of pristine tidal wetlands, salt marshes, and critical wildlife habitat along Delaware Bay. The refuge provides a home to diverse wildlife including majestic bald eagles, migrating waterfowl, and countless other bird species throughout the year. Delaware Seashore State Park offers miles of pristine beaches and camping facilities, making it a favorite destination for families seeking outdoor recreation. The park uniquely includes both ocean beaches and calm bay beaches, providing very different water experiences within the same protected area. Trap Pond State Park features one of the northernmost natural stands of bald cypress trees, creating an unexpected landscape in Delaware. The park's atmospheric cypress swamp creates an environment more typical of the Deep South than the Mid-Atlantic region. Wilmington is Delaware's largest city, with a population of approximately 70,000 people, serving as the state's commercial and cultural center. Wilmington was originally settled by Swedish colonists and called Fort Christina, making it one of the oldest European settlements in the Delaware Valley. The city of Wilmington became internationally known as the chemical capital of the world due to the presence and influence of the DuPont Company. The DuPont Company was founded in 1802 near Wilmington by E.I. DuPont, a French immigrant who saw opportunity in America's growing need for gunpowder. DuPont originally manufactured gunpowder along the scenic Brandywine River, using the river's flowing water to power the dangerous manufacturing process. The company later became world famous for developing revolutionary synthetic materials including nylon, Teflon, Kevlar, and numerous other chemical innovations. Wilmington's riverfront district has been extensively redeveloped over recent decades, transforming former industrial land into an attractive destination. The riverfront area now features fascinating museums, diverse restaurants, entertainment venues, and scenic walkways along the Christina River. The Hagley Museum carefully preserves the historic site of the original DuPont gunpowder mills along the beautiful Brandywine River Valley. Visitors to Hagley can explore authentic 19th-century industrial history and learn how early American manufacturing shaped the nation. Winterthur Museum houses one of America's finest and most comprehensive collections of decorative arts, furniture, and historical objects. The magnificent estate was once the home of Henry Francis DuPont, a passionate collector who assembled these treasures over his lifetime. Nemers Estate is yet another Grand DuPont family mansion that is open for public tours, showcasing the family's wealth and refined taste. Delaware has no sales tax whatsoever, making it an extremely popular destination for shopping, particularly for big-ticket items like electronics and furniture. The state also maintains relatively low property taxes when compared to its neighboring states of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Maryland. The state has no personal property tax on items like cars, boats, or recreational vehicles, representing significant savings for Delaware residents. More than 1 million corporations are officially incorporated in Delaware, an astounding number given the state's small physical size and population. Over 60% of Fortune 500 companies choose to incorporate in Delaware, taking advantage of its business-friendly legal environment. Delaware's business-friendly incorporation laws date all the way back to 1899, when the state modernized its corporate code to attract businesses. The Court of Chancery in Delaware specializes exclusively in corporate law and equity cases, and uniquely operates without juries, relying instead on expert judges. Agriculture remains vitally important to Delaware's economy, with poultry farming representing the largest and most profitable agricultural sector. Delaware ranks as one of the nation's top producers of broiler chickens, with massive poultry operations throughout Kent and Sussex counties. The state produces over 250 million chickens annually, making poultry Delaware's most valuable agricultural commodity by far. Corn and soybeans are also major agricultural products cultivated throughout Delaware's rural areas, supporting both livestock feed and export markets. Delaware's Amish community, located primarily in Kent and Sussex counties, maintains traditional farming methods and a simple lifestyle largely unchanged for generations. Delaware's state flag features a distinctive colonial blue background with a buff-colored diamond prominently displayed in the center. The diamond shape on the flag contains Delaware's official state coat of arms, featuring symbols of the state's agricultural and maritime heritage. Below the diamond appears the date December 7, 1787, permanently commemorating Delaware's historic ratification of the United States Constitution. Delaware's official state motto is Liberty and Independence, reflecting the state's revolutionary spirit and commitment to American values. The state flower of Delaware is the delicate peach blossom, which was officially adopted way back in 1895. Peach farming was once a major and thriving industry throughout Delaware during the 19th century, before disease devastated the orchards. Delaware's state bird is the blue hen chicken, officially adopted in 1939 specifically because of its association with Delaware's Revolutionary War soldiers. The state tree is the American holly, with its distinctive red berries and glossy evergreen leaves, designated as the official tree in 1939. Delaware's state insect is the familiar ladybug, which was chosen by enthusiastic Delaware schoolchildren in a statewide vote. The official state mineral is sillimanite, a relatively rare aluminum silicate mineral that can be found in certain Delaware rock formations. Delaware's state beverage is wholesome milk, officially adopted in 1983 to honor the state's important dairy farming industry. The state fish of Delaware is the weakfish, also commonly known as sea trout, an important species for both commercial and recreational fishing. The University of Delaware, founded in 1743, is one of America's oldest universities, with a history stretching back to the colonial period. Delaware State University, founded in 1891 in Dover, is a historically black university with a proud tradition of educational excellence. Delaware does not have any professional major league sports teams in baseball, football, basketball, or hockey. However, the state is home to minor league baseball teams and various other sports organizations that provide entertainment for residents. NASCAR holds exciting races at Dover Motor Speedway, which is nicknamed the Monster Mile because of its high-banked, challenging 1-mile oval track. The speedway can accommodate approximately 95,000 spectators, making race weekends major events that draw visitors from throughout the region. Delaware's nickname, the First State, appears proudly on the state's license plates, reminding everyone of Delaware's historic distinction. The Delaware Memorial Bridge connects Delaware to New Jersey across the wide Delaware River, serving as a vital transportation link. The bridge actually consists of two parallel twin suspension bridges, built years apart to accommodate growing traffic between the two states. The John Dickinson Plantation preserves and interprets the historic home of John Dickinson, known as the penman of the Revolution for his influential political writings. Delaware continues to honor and preserve its rich history while simultaneously evolving as a modern state, welcoming visitors to explore its shores, cities, and countryside. Rest well, and may dreams of the First State carry you peacefully through the night.